Welcome back to Frame by Frame. Or is it...
Buddy.
This is Andy Lewin.
Hello. And this is Stephen Radford.
Yes, and if only...
It's ourselves now, is that what we do?
I guess so, we could do. We could do it any other way. I mean, we could have even done it in Mandarin Chinese today, or Cantonese.
We could have done, yeah.
But I didn't do my homework, and I don't know anybody who could teach me how to speak anything.
Yeah, it's not really something you can learn in a week.
No. I mean, do you know any Chinese?
No.
Do you know any Japanese?
Yes, I do. All I know is Ichikuno. You freak.
No.
The only reason I know that is I was watching The Ring years ago, the Ring 3. And it's got this little girl in it, and I've kind of quite what happens, but she's got like telepathy, and she looks at this guy, and he goes flying, and he gets up off the floor. He says this little girl just goes Ichikuno, and underneath went, "You freak."
Well, all I know is hi, how are you? Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, yeah.
Konnichiwa, and that's basically it. Yeah. So, what are we talking about today, Andy?
We're talking about the police story films by Jackie Chan.
Absolutely.
Always have been a bit of a hero of mine as Jackie Chan.
And why not? I mean, who better to have as a hero growing up? I mean, I'm assuming you grew up with Jackie Chan.
I did, yeah. My mum was a big Bruce Lee fan.
Nice.
So we were watching all the Bruce Lee films. And do you remember back in the good old days when we used to have video stores?
Yes, of course.
There used to be a martial arts section, and we've gone through all the Bruce Lee ones, and we thought, oh, what's this? You know, this guy called Jackie Chan, so we got that. And then I actually preferred Jackie Chan's films to Bruce Lee. I would actually go as far to say that I don't think anybody in the history of cinema has ever been able to portray fighting and choreography in quite the same way Jackie Chan can and has in his films. I would go as far to say he might be a little bit of a genius.
Yeah, and lucky to be alive as well, because everything he has done looks impossible.
yeah. But I suppose it comes from his training.
Yeah.
In opera school and all that, you know, the whole come from that. And then obviously being a stuntman before he started to get into films himself and, you know, and properly acting films. But yeah, I think the guy's had quite the career.
Yeah, I mean, he's, like you say, he started in the opera theatre, which is not what you think of being orchestral voices. It's all puppets, it's lights, it's choreographed dance and fighting as well. It's all of that, and to grow up with that, it's incredible.
He was actually sort of abandoned by his parents. His parents moved to Australia and just put him in the school, and that was it. And they just left him. I think he was in there for 10 years.
Gosh, because it said he idolized his father. He was really close to his father, but maybe not so.
Yeah, I think he was, and I think it's a different culture, isn't it? So I think just to ditch your kid into a school for 10 years while they went off doing, you know, working in a different country. I don't think it was that unheard of, really. But when you, as a sort of Western naive guy, when you hear that, you think, oh, that's dreadful. Well, yeah.
But Jackie Chan, he's such a strong vision of martial arts in every single possible way. I mean, he knows every single discipline.
Yeah.
He learned everything.
He studied everything, you know, all different forms of kung fu, and I think he did like taekwondo and all that. Obviously, he did the gymnastic side of things, learned how to act, learned how to sing. You know, he's a lot of the theme songs on his films. He sings himself.
I say he has
not the best voice in the world, but
he's got a discography. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff going for him in that area. I mean, he's an all rounder, you know.
He is.
And what is martial arts but dance? It's a very strict, vivid, choreographed dance. You know, it's not. It's not in films anyway.
Like this. Yeah, especially in films like this. Yeah. But it's worth noting that really, I don't think anyone had have ever done it like this before. Because
Mm.
before Jackie started making these films, to have martial arts in a film was a traditional martial arts film where, back in the Ming Dynasty, and it's all very, very not choreographed realistically, but it's all about form.
Yeah.
And, if it was like Wing Chun, the Wing Chun form would be perfect. And with this film, it's with the police story films are what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
It's more realistic. It's more like I would beat the crap out of you kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It is, and you can feel everything. I mean,
Yeah,
in those films, like you said, you've got your hero character right there, and then you've got all these guys running up to him and just rolling over and falling over, and it was kind of like 1 versus 50, and taking them one out at a time, kind of a situation. Or it
yeah,
seemed a little bit more more showcasing martial arts
yeah,
rather than actually setting it in a real world and actually using everything around you to incorporate it. I mean, nothing in a room goes without some sort of fantastic use.
yeah.
Fire hydrants, tables, chairs, um,
Lots of glass smashing.
glass. Yeah, and there might be a few hidden mattresses, but for the most part, they are falling on whatever they're going to land on that's physically there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, do you know why he ended up making the police story film originally?
Yes, this is. I think this is his second or third attempt to break into the American film industry, right?
Well, not the film. He'd done The Protector in America,
Yeah,
and he was very restricted with what he could do. He
yeah,
wanted to obviously have these big elaborate fights and do all that. And they're
hmm.
like, no, no, no one's going to watch that here. And they cut him down, and it was like very gritty, and there's a lot of female nudity in the Protector.
Yeah.
And he came away from it really frustrated. So he said, right, well, I'm going to make my cop film,
That's
and
it.
that's why he made Police Story.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I had a feeling because it's the picture of that the Protector was him on the front cover with that gigantic minigun, and it's
Yeah.
like that's not Jackie Chan.
No,
No, that wasn't
no.
Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is different, very different,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean the 80s. I mean after Bruce Lee, there was kind of like a huge gap in martial arts. I mean it was just anybody's martial arts movie, and it was really him who brought it to America, the whole new strain of martial arts films. And
Yeah, they were because obviously
yeah,
Bruce Lee was huge in America.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah, and so that was the big thing. I think he found it difficult to properly break into America until the 90s. Really, is when he properly broke into America.
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, First Strike is I think the first time I actually ever knew of his name.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I'd seen martial arts films, but they kind of all kind of blended a lot. I mean, I grew up with Van Damme mainly, Muscles from Brussels.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was my entry into it. I mean, it's not. I mean, forget Steven Seagal and his "I'm just going to stand in one spot and just lift up a finger and then you're going to fall over"
Yeah.
kind of action films. But at least Van Damme had the blood sport, the kickboxer. I mean, they were interesting to me. But
They were, and he was clearly a very talented, uh, martial artist himself. But because I was used to the Hong Kong stuff and the Jackie
yes,
Chan stuff, when I was watching like Bloodsport and that, I remember him doing this spin splits kick in the air,
yeah,
claps this guy in the face, and he does the same kick like
all the
5 or
time.
6 times
Yes,
over and over. I'm like, all right, well, the guy would have been like, all right, is this what you're doing? You know what I mean?
yeah, this is the same thing. Yeah, he is
But
very
obviously,
repetitive.
but also obviously in Hong Kong, in the space of one kick, they've done about 20 moves, and that's what I was
Yes,
used to, just frenetic,
yeah.
unbelievable speed, and yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, there was Bruce Lee. I mean, and I watched it. I remember seeing a documentary on all these martial arts films, and the majority of them were Jackie Chan, but I didn't know his name. I just kind of saw him kind of like just blasting across the screen in these martial arts documentaries, and they were fascinating to look at. Fast paced. No one move is the same. You
yeah,
know, and that's the incredible thing. And yeah, but
Well, another thing that Jackie Chan pioneered was if you watch all the Bruce Lee films, like Bruce Lee be fighting this guy here in front of him, and all around him was all these other people. And they're all sort of moving back to side. So when he beats the crap out of this guy, then someone else joins. And, and then he beats the crap out of that guy, someone else joins. But Jackie's like, well, in a fight, everyone's on you.
Yeah.
So that's what he started to put in films. Is like he's not just facing one opponent. There's like 5 or 6 people, and he's trying to figure out a way of getting him. And he gets hit just as much as they do.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It was sort of his perseverance is what gets it through. You know, and he's always puts himself as a little bit of an underdog as well. And
yeah, I mean, and he always feels the pain, and there's always a moment where he's standing there and he punches someone, and then he goes, whoa, and then he has to do something else, and he has to keep it. It's perseverance, and it's sweat, pain, you know, and it's agonizing, but fun. And that's the weird thing, is that even though it is more realistic and more fast-paced and utilizes everything around you, and it's grounded in a sense of reality, and you can feel the pain, it's actually more enjoyable to watch. It's more exciting to watch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Always makes you happy. Always makes you happy when you come out of a Jackie Chan film.
Yeah, but especially the police story, especially the first one, was a lot more brutal than you come to expect from Jackie Chan.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just quite violent, and
although I kind of felt as though he did things in, was it in the second or the third one, the one with the fireworks factory at the end. Yeah, he seemed a little bit more sadistic in that at the end, when he's kind of throwing his firecrackers onto that guy and kind of like it seems like he's got a little bit more anger and a little bit more vengeful.
But bear in mind, just prior to that guy was throwing the fireworks at him, so...
Yeah, so it's kind of like, it's eye for an eye, yeah.
Yeah, but I think he was just got angry, hadn't he, and just like...
But yeah, and I just can't get over the umbrella bus sequence. I mean, that's so much fun to just watch.
Right, if you think about the first police story... Right,
yeah.
It starts with they're trying to thwart a drugs...
cartel underground.
Yeah. And
undercover.
So it starts with this. They try and get away. They get in a car. They crash cars all the way through a shanty village, which is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then Jackie gets to the bottom. Then he runs after that bus. Do you remember he runs down that massively crazy hill?
Yes.
Gets the gun out. Puts the gun at the bus. The bus stops. All the people crash through the bus. And he arrests the guy. That's how that film starts. That's just the start of the film.
It is insane, and for the time, it is insane to think that all of that just happened within the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and like you say, hanging onto the bus with the
umbrella.
The umbrella and all.
Which nowadays, ironically, with the umbrellas that are made, you wouldn't be able to even open it without it breaking.
That's true.
That's a very strong umbrella to be supporting his weight.
But you see, because a lot of Hong Kong, they work it out on the day.
Yeah.
So they say, right, this is what we've got to work with. What can we do? Well, I can do this with that. I can do this with that. There must be a point when someone looks at an umbrella and went, you know what? Well, there's pussers trying to get away and trying to catch it. What if you hook the umbrella onto the window? And then you could be just holding on the umbrella. It was obviously reinforced.
Yeah, of course.
I could do that, but still, to do it.
Yeah, and the fact that she had an umbrella and, she was just standing there, and he knew he was going to use it, and he knew it was going to be needed. It was the only thing that was there, and it's just using whatever is there in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's inventive, and that's, like you say, if it's all kind of thought about on the day, it's amazing that he's still alive, because all the things that he actually had to go through. I mean, there's the movements and moving through objects, under objects, over objects, around objects. It's just insane to think that they all just came up with that, in the moment and spot.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It is, and it's like you say, it's the creativity. It's I just think the guy's a little bit of a genius, really.
Definitely.
Because he not only wrote this film, he stars in it. He's directed it as well.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
And he choreographs it. He pretty much does everything.
But he's got that energy, and it seems so infectious as well. And I can imagine anybody who works with him, they just feed off that energy, and it's positive, and it's get it done. He never seems to sit still. You never see him sitting behind a chair or behind a chair, behind the desk. He's always up, standing, running.
Or even the parts where, depending on which version of Police Story you watched, because there's like a director's cut, it's got a few of extra daft scenes in it. Even when he is sat behind a desk, he's answering all those phones that keep going off at the same time, and it turns into this sort of Charlie Chaplin-esque farcical.
Yes.
We hold, picks something up, and then he's holding people here.
阿媽叫我揸主意去邊度食。哦，等我諗下先啊。喂，喺邊度啊？去家計會食啊！話俾佢聽，食豉油避孕丸，打孖食，免費㗎，係咁啦。阿 May 啊，叫我媽食避孕丸，留翻你阿媽食啦。咩啊？阿 May。
There's a pencil over there on the chair.
And he's rubbing something out.
Yeah, and he sort of kicks it with his foot and catches it with the other hand, and he's trying to write notes down, and it's just...
But it's no different. Exactly.
It can't be just that. It's got to be something really funny, something very creative and nuts, I
mean, let's look at the humor. I mean, when you think about a lot of international markets make their entry into the American cinema because there is that kind of universal sense of humor that underlines a lot of what is. It's an action film, but it's humor. In South Korea, it's not the wailing as a horror; it's horror with comedy. Comedy seems to be that universal package that that allows you to relate to the cultural, brings that cultural gap closer. And I think that's exactly what he was trying to do in Police Story, was to kind of relate to what is going on in the American market and bringing it into. I mean, did you notice when he's trying to convince that girl that she needs protection? The guy in the mask.
He's trying to get her to talk, isn't he?
Yeah, they're trying to get, and then the guy in the mask is Michael Myers. That is, it's him running around slashing. It's the whole Michael Myers mask.
He's very similar, isn't he? Yeah.
And I got a feeling that it's like, well, what's popular in America? What do they love? They love this Halloween guy. We'll put him in there. It almost as if it's a parody on Michael Myers and his inability to actually see out of the mask, and is he actually unconscious behind that mask? It seems to me to be a very on the nose but perfectly placed and well delivered parody on Michael Myers.
I didn't even think of that. It's very interesting. That's such a funny scene, though, isn't it? Where
it is hilarious.
So what it is they're trying to convince this girl that she's got to talk because she used to work for the crime gang.
Yeah.
And he's trying to convince her that the gang's going after her.
But she doesn't want his help.
Yeah, so she's not bothered about it, is she? So he gets his friend from the police station to pretend to be
a psycho.
And he's pretending to fight with her, and in that way she's scared and she'll talk. But,
But his friend was so panicked and kind of stricken because he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to, it's almost as if he did it all under duress. But it was so hilarious because it's like he's going all over the place. It's like, well, of course he's trying not to hurt her, but
and the fake fighting and all that, and then she smashes that pot over his head.
And then she goes for the big pillar thing at the end. Like, no. Oh, it's great. It's great.
But the difference between that and then when he gets her in the car and they're driving, and then, he thinks he's hit a pram. And then it's an actual fight. It's an actual gang who's actually trying to get her. And the difference between the comedy of that, then all of a sudden it just goes very serious. And that really great little fight scene in there is great.
Yeah, when I discovered there's a doll, not a baby. And it's like, it's like, here we go. And but it just goes from one action set piece to the next beautifully, and it almost seems, I don't know, it's great fun to watch. Just it's seamless.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I think the first one's probably the better one of all three of them. I think all three of the three that we're going to talk about, I think all three are good. But the first one, because he gets framed. That's the thing, isn't it? So
yeah, and then he kidnaps the his superintendent,
yeah,
who's always yelling at him.
It's always like yelling at him, and he's got those huge glasses. The only time he stops yelling at him is when he has kidnapped him. And he tells him what he's going to do, and then he's like dead nice to him.
Yeah, and that's it. He tells him what he's going to do, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna, this is what you got to do. You do it, and that's it. Yeah. And it's kind of parodied so much in American films after that. I mean, before that, the yelling superintendent really wasn't a huge thing. I mean, was Lethal Weapon out by then? Because I noticed a lot of things about this series was similar to Lethal Weapon.
When was the first Lethal Weapon? Because
was that 1985? I think it was 1987, 88 actually. So I think they must have been jumping off the building into a pool, that kind of thing. All those and the screaming, yelling superintendent. It all seemed to come from that, So I'm wondering if Police Story was kind of a pioneer in that device.
I think it definitely influenced a lot of filmmakers.
Yeah, very much so.
Weirdly, we always have the segment, what would Michael Bay do? what Michael Bay did do in Police Story, in Bad Boys 2 is pretty much shot for shot through driving cars through an entire town, like in the beginning of Police Story.
Like a shanty town.
Oh, shit! This is still part of Plan B! No, this is definitely Plan C.
Oh, so he's a fan. Hopefully.
Also, the scene in front of the bus where he puts the gun out and the guy puts his foot down.
Yeah.
And they all come flying through the windows. That was done in Tango and Cash. Well, Sylvester Stallone is stood in front of like a big articulate lorry. It's coming towards him. He puts his gun out. And they just they put the foot down. The articulate lorry stops and they come through the window of the lorry.
Glad you could drop in. You like jewelry?
Yeah,
that's the homage.
Homages, yeah, generally kind of like, and it's like, well, can we do that? Let's give it a go. And they just want to try it. It's like if you see something and you want to try it. Of course, that's why most of these movies are 18 certificate. It's not because of the blood, the violence, or the swearing, or the cursing, or the sex scene. It's because kids want to do what they see. And yeah.
Weirdly, the bus, when they come flying through the windows, that wasn't meant to happen. There's a car behind Jackie. They were supposed to fly and land on the car.
Yeah.
The guy stopped too soon, and they land just on the floor. So they threw themselves out the bloody top story of a double-decker bus.
Yeah.
Just hit the floor. And because of Jackie's so powerful in Hong Kong, no one shouts cut until Jackie finishes the scene. So Jackie does that. He runs around into the bus. And then the moment he's finished the scene, then it's like, hospital!
Hospital. Yeah, and I can imagine that there was a few broken bones on that one.
Oh.
There'd have to be. Oh, ouch. And that leads us kind of nicely to Jackie Chan's ability to avoid the Grim Reaper. I mean, how, in all of these things, I mean, that shopping mall sequence was the most terrifying thing any stunt performer could have done, I think, really.
Well, that end fight scene in the shopping mall, have you ever seen anything like that?
No.
It's
everything. I mean, you have to watch it more than once to really take it all in, and that's and that's not hard to do. It's not hard to revisit Police Story.
No, I quite often just watch the fight scenes. They're all on YouTube, so I'll just pop it on and just watch it for fun.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing, and it's all glass. I mean, you realize how much health and safety issues would have gone into that, and the fact that just before he actually did that leap down that, sliding down that, what was it that he slid down?
It's a pole.
Just a pole, a pillar pole. Yeah, I mean, how many? the cameraman above him was sweating and dripping sweat on him for 2 hours before, and he was given.
It was up there for hours before he
Yeah.
did it.
And some guy just gave him a good luck thing, even though they knew that Jackie Chan didn't like good luck charms. You know, a lot of them are very superstitious on these film sets. I mean, but Jackie Chan never is. He said no, forget superstition. You know, it is what it is, and we just take our chances. Perfect.
Yeah, well, when he goes down that pole, actually, just before that, so there's all the fighting, and some of those stuntmen are incredible because they go through, from one floor to the other, landing on nothing but a table to break the fall.
Yeah.
But you know that part where they just grab Jackie and just throw him, he hits that railing and just falls onto the floor. Like
yes.
He drops like a story and just hits the floor.
Yeah.
And then he does that. That's just a floor he lands on, and he gets up and then just walks and carries on acting.
Acting.
That fall. It's unbelievable.
It's dedication. I mean, he doesn't break his character. He doesn't want to break his character. He is his character. He's doing it, and he's and to be honest, it's not just Jackie Chan's film. I mean, if you think about it, all those stuntmen who are getting slapped by him, literally, they're all incredible too. And so many of them just continue to work with him because he had several old friends from the opera theatre that kind of came along with him for quite a number of his films, and that he used them as much as possible because he trusted them and knew them. There's that rhyme and rhythm that he can understand with them doing difficult scenes. But all of these stuntmen what an incredible thing to be a part of. I mean, really. And to actually...
Yeah, well, he stopped being able to get insurance because of all the stunts he was doing, so he just started his own Jackie Chan stuntman team, so he has his own people that he trusts.
That's it.
And he just looks after them.
That's it, yeah. Why not?
Oh, yeah, police story, the line. Too long, the story. I was sick, I get injection. I was day and night shooting. Daytime, I'm filming Heart of Dragon. Nighttime, I'm directing my own things.
So when he goes down that pole, they're supposed to have run the lights that are off it on a battery charge, but it was actually plugged into the mains. And he got shocked on the way down, and all the skin off his hands came off. He was all drifted off. But if you notice, he goes down the pole straight through that crushes through that window, and he still gets up and he grabs the bad guy at the bottom in all one shot. He just carries on acting after he's done all that. It's crazy.
Painful.
Yeah.
But I bet he's never mad as when those mistakes happen that really hurt him. He probably just thinks, we did it. It doesn't matter. This skin will heal.
Yeah, and then that's the good thing to put in the blooper reel at the end. Everything that went wrong. Shoot, as the credits roll and at the end of every Jackie Chan film, all the accidents and all the mishaps. It's great. He got that idea from Cannonball Run because he was on Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
And that's where he got the idea from. He says, "Oh, I'll do that."
All the bloopers, and then just seeing Jackie just on the floor, just corpsing, laughing his ass off, and everybody's having a good time on his set, and that's you can tell. It's positive.
Someone gets hurt.
Until somebody gets hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a family, They're all. You could tell they all sort of look out for each other, and it's that kind of vibe.
It was 1985, right?
Yeah, 1985.
So the second one was
1988.
Oh, so what can you tell me about that film?
Jackie Chan is back. In the wake of his smash hit, Police Story. A madman is threatening to blow up the city. The city calls in their finest to stop him. Jackie Chan is their finest. Police Story 2. The ransom is a tidy fortune. The hostage, the girl he loves. The weapon, a human bomb. He's the bomb. He knows he can't blow it. He's wired for action. Every breath could be his last. Jackie Chan. Police Story 2.
This time it's personal.
Yeah,
That's it.
Which is another thing that is in so many sequels now, isn't it? This time it's personal.
Yeah, the first one's just the general bad guy. We've got to take him out. And the second one, that's when they start to target the girlfriends and the family. And yeah, unless it's Liam Neeson, and then it's just let's just keep on kidnapping the daughter over and over and over again. But yeah,
what did you think of the second one?
I thought it was great. I thought May, the girlfriend, kind of stole a lot of the scenes really well because she was mad as hell.
Yeah,
every time.
Maggie Chung, her name is.
Maggie Chung. She's hilarious. She's actually really good. I mean, she stood out more so. And then I think, was she in the first one?
She is.
Well?
Yeah, she's in the first
yeah.
one.
Because she was kind of like, okay, I mean, it's the shenanigans with her scooter every time. She keeps on falling off the same scooter. It's like, no, just learn. And of course, yeah, the passport mix up, and then later on, it's she really, I really enjoyed seeing her performance in that film.
Yeah, and she does some stunts herself, doesn't she?
Well, yeah, falling off the scooter.
No, that part where she's running through all those metal square beams.
Yeah,
they push and it's just going down like dominoes behind her.
That's it.
The bloopers at the end. One of them claps at her back of the head and she just goes down.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Cut her head open.
Wow, and
they're still getting.
But she's still smiling at the end. She's like, I'm blood gushing. And like, I'm fine, Jackie. Go, Jackie.
Let's do it again.
Do it again. Yes, fine. Custard pie. Oh.
But this is another one where at the end, where I would say Jackie always likes to play the underdog.
Yeah.
He's like that martial artist who can't quite, the one who doesn't speak. He just, he makes that weird noise with the firecrackers.
Yeah.
He's a better fighter than Jackie. He's beating the hell out of Jackie at the end.
That's, because it's only because of, Was it they were saying there's a mute guy we need to go get, because for some reason the second one I watched was in English. The first one was actually in Cantonese.
Right.
And so for some reason I watched the dub version and the second one. So it was kind of annoying a little bit the usage of language that they used to dub. But yeah, so he was pretty much an even match.
Yeah, well, like I say, by the way it's sort of portrayed in the film, he's a better fighter than Jackie, but Jackie wins just by endurance, just keep going, and like I say, eventually he gets the firecrackers, doesn't he, and he sort of starts throwing them at the guy.
Yeah, because he's just had enough. He's just had it, and you can tell that's, I guess with anything like in Rocky, when he's going against Mr. T, that second one, it's personal. It's, it's that whole personal side of things that makes it a little bit more sinister. He's got that, he's got to push it a little bit harder and just be a little bit more nasty, but still fun.
Yeah. Well, things to note, like, that scene where he jumps off that building onto the top of a double-decker bus, then he jumps over onto another double-decker bus and then jumps through a glass window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that window should have been sugar glass, and it wasn't. So he jumped through the wrong one. He actually jumped through proper glass, and he just cut all his face open and that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the face.
Are you sure it's the same Jackie Chan that we see, or are they clones of this? Are they robots?
Is it like that Paul McCartney thing that he actually died in the 60s and was replaced by
Yeah,
by a lookalike?
because if anybody else did the things that he did, they'd be like, forget it, I'm not doing this anymore, or I'm horribly disfigured. But he's still, he seems to heal like a superhuman.
Yeah. Well, in Rumble in the Bronx, he jumps off this platform onto a hovercraft, and when he hits the floor, he looks at his foot, and his foot's dangling. And he's like, "Oh, I broke my foot." So he goes straight to the hospital, and then they put it in a plast. But they can't afford to not shoot, so he puts like a sock over it that looks like a trainer. He just carries on going.
What?
It's crazy.
Gosh.
Okay, so the big explosion at the end, the factory blows up?
Yes.
That was the most expensive and the biggest explosion in Hong Kong cinema at the time.
And you can tell it looked expensive. It looked expensive.
Yeah. I can't remember how much it actually cost now, but I think it took some convincing to let him do it. But, I mean, he was box office gold then, Jackie was,
It was because there was no big explosion at the beginning of the first one. Sorry, at the end of the first one. So of course it had to become a thing.
Yeah.
But the third one didn't have a massive explosion.
No. The big finale in the third one is all the helicopter stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, and there was a lot more traffic stuff and road stuff and chases. A lot more chases in that one. But yeah. Oh, good on him for having a big explosion and actually pulling that off beautifully. Of course, he was right in the middle of it.
I'm sorry, big explosion, pulling it off.
Well, isn't that one of the comedy moments in Police? Was it the first one where he plays that tape in the courtroom and it's that?
Yeah, because
wrong tape.
We can scatter about, can't we? No, it's not the wrong tape. What it is, he recorded her giving a confession, and then when she's in his apartment, she sees his mate in that picture, so she records over all that. Oh no, all that because the cactus. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like, no, it hurts. Don't put it back in, and all that kind of stuff. So they play that in the car, and that's why he's kind of disgraced, isn't he? Because she sees that the guy who was breaking in was really his friend and wasn't, a criminal.
Yeah, so a bit of a comeback.
He's off, isn't he? Can't help it.
Oh, is that it for the second one?
I suppose little bits to note when he runs over that freeway. That was just a freeway. They just filmed him doing it, and he just literally ran across it.
Isn't that the story of Bowfinger? Isn't that the Steve Martin film where he's like that bumbling filmmaker who doesn't get a permit for anything, makes this lookalike who looks like Eddie Murphy, his twin brother, running across. It runs across a highway, and that's he thinks it's all stuntmen and tells him it's all stuntmen, but it's actually not. It's a real road. And
that's a really funny film.
That is a great film. I love that film. I love that film a lot. And
talk about having your cake and eating it with that film.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a cracking comedy, cracking. Yeah.
Which is what Jackie gets to do. He gets to have his cake and eat it. He gets to do really pretty much whatever he wants.
That's exactly it.
So when these gang members have been sort of intimidating his girlfriend, and one of them slapped her or something like that. I can't quite remember. But so he runs over the freeway, which is something he just actually did. And then, when he gets over the freeway and then that car comes out of nowhere and hits him, that guy should have stopped sooner and actually hit him. But he just hit him. And because of, obviously, Jackie's training, he just hits it, takes it, and then just
carries on and
runs into the... I find it hard to watch one bit because he goes into that cafe restaurant where they're all fighting. Then there's like a really great fight scene in there where he kicks the guy, goes through a plane of window, and he hits the pathway, and you see his head. He sort of hits the floor, bounces up and hits the floor again, like bounces like that.
Oh,
And I can't watch it because I mean that guy must have got seriously hurt because it's just block paving.
yeah.
He just hits the flag.
And that's the weird thing, because whenever you see these films and you see this happening, you just think that it can't be. It's got to be balsa. It's got to be polystyrene. It's got to be styrofoam. It's got to be, but it's not. That
No.
He probably doesn't even allow anything but sugar. The occasional piece of sugar glass that he misses.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when they fall, they'll
Yeah.
they'll hit like cardboard. They
Yeah.
land on cardboard boxes because they can't afford like
Yeah.
huge blow up mattresses and things like that. So they just literally use cardboard boxes. So they fall off like the size of your house onto just a big bunch of cardboard boxes.
Yeah, because that was the shoot in that factory where he rolls off one, lands on another, then through glass.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, well, they have to be mattresses, but they're probably just straw, just tucked under a piece of cloth.
Yeah, and you hear him hitting it on the way down. It doesn't sound
great.
Yeah, it doesn't. I wouldn't do it.
No, would you? Would you do it, Andy?
No, I don't think so.
Did
I
you?
used to do stupid things.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my friend used to go cycling to a place called Rivington Pike. It's just on the outskirts of Wigan.
Yeah.
And there was this ravine. It was like, so if you fall down it, you die. And I just thought it was Jackie Chan, so I was always like jumping over it, or there was like a branch, and I swing on this branch and use the branch to go across. And my mate like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, Jackie Chan." I loved it. I loved it so much. There's a scene in Project A Part 2, another Jackie Chan film, where he's on top of this scaffold that's made out of bamboo, and he's fighting this guy, and he holds onto a bit of this bamboo, and this guy kicks the bamboo, and he loses his balance, and he falls, and he hits the bamboo on the way down. He sort of used it to break his fall, but
True. Yeah.
But he's like hits one head on and makes him go backwards, and he hits the other one, which pushes him forward, and he goes around. I used to get my Star Wars figures on my mum's washing line, and I used to drop it onto it and make it do a similar thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're using action figures and not just the kids down the road. Hey, Gilbert, come over here. Just fall onto this.
Yeah,
You'll bounce. Trust me, you'll be fine.
Yeah, Jackie Chan did, and he was all right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. As a kid, there is that influence, and you think, wow. I mean, it was Ninja Turtles, I think, and all of those things where, you just get that feeling when you come out of a martial arts film and you just watched it. You're just on a high. You're literally just on a high. I mean, there's so much energy that comes out of you. You just want to be, you just want to. I didn't want to be Van Damme, and that's the thing about Van Damme movies. You don't want to kind of recreate his stuff because it's like, oh, I don't want to stretch my legs that high. That doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I don't fancy kicking a tree.
No, I don't fancy
for a while.
I don't want somebody to stand there and drop a gigantic pumpkin on my rib cage and see if I can take the impact. No, not my thing.
But when you watch Jackie, and I wanted to be able to fight like that. I wanted to be able to do a somersault. I wanted to be able to do that flip off the floor. While I was at college, because I had a renaissance for Jackie Chan where I sort of forgotten about him for a few years. And then Hong Kong cinema started to get really popular again. And they all started to get released in HMV. And they had this huge martial arts section. So I was at college. I used to just buy it all. I loved it. And I got massively into it. I'd have me and all my mates at music college trying to do a flip, the kip up off the floor, where he sort of rolls on his back and flips and lands on his feet.
Yeah.
All trying to do that, it was hilarious. We're all about 17, 18 years old, and we're all trying to do the Jackie Chan stuff.
Yeah, and I think all I was doing was trying to be David Letterman, trying to be funny, doing humorous stuff like washing your hair in a telephone booth.
Oh, well, it's probably safer than what we do.
That kind of silly things. Just little, putting kick me signs on your back. And that's kind of the easy stuff. But the Jackie Chan stuff, Jackie Chan stuff, that's next level.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah.
You're lucky to
got seriously hurt. I don't know.
You're lucky to be alive, Andy Lewin.
I remember getting told off by a lecturer because I closed the gates and then I balanced all the way around the gates. So I climbed up on the wall all the way around, then I balanced over the gates and climbed up the wall.
Parkour!
Yeah. Well, there's a YouTube video saying was Jackie Chan the father of parkour because he does a lot of it, like in Police Story 2, where there's a part where he just flips over that fence and then he runs up onto that balcony, climbs up on the
He
balcony,
mantles
around
it.
there.
It's mantling, grappling, and just using his the force of his legs to just bounce upwards.
Yeah, and it's always like in one motion. It's not like climb, 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 climb. It's like both always up, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like water, it's smooth, you know. It's effortless.
Be like water, Bruce Lee. Yeah.
Be like water, very
Be
good.
like
Yeah.
water. Yeah. Right. So with the third one, he leaves Hong Kong.
He does.
What we need is a super cup. Now, Jackie Chan makes his explosive return. Police Story 3, Super Cop.
This is kind of like Hans Island kind of vibe going on here.
And there's a different feeling to this film,
Yes.
isn't there, than the other two? And that's because he didn't direct it. But there's not really any like massive fight scenes in this one, is there? You know, it's more based on the stunts. Really, there are fights. Obviously, there's fights in it, and there's that bit where he meets Michelle Yeoh for the first time, and he goes to that camp, and they're like, "Oh, you give us a demonstration," and he really doesn't want to fight that guy, but they end up having like a little bit of demonstration fight, which is pretty cool. But
I mean, they're just breaking bricks and hitting each other over the head with things, and it's kind of more traditional kind of kung fu movie, I think. It didn't jump out to me. Is that
It's in that respect. It is with those scenes but Michelle Yeoh says, "Have you ever done this?" He's like, "No, it's not. That's not for me," you know. But so he ends up doing that little demonstration for the actual police, you know, that police force where he goes to.
Yeah.
There's that little fight, which is pretty cool. But there's more of an air of cockiness about Jackie Chan in this one, I think.
Yeah.
玩下咋？对不住。
He's done what he needed to do with Police Story, and I think at this stage it was kind of beginning to be, you know, like I want to move on. I want to do something more, you know, above this. You know, I think he's probably starting to form friendships in Hollywood as well. I mean, with Sylvester Stallone and those, he's very close to that community now.
Well, yeah, and I think this was, I think because there's no huge long fight scene in it or anything like that. I think it was an actual push to try and have a film to be released in America. I think that's
it. Yeah,
the whole vibe behind it, really.
Super Cop, though. I mean, they wanted him to be a super cop.
Yeah, May is in this, isn't she? Because they kidnap her, don't they?
Again.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson again.
Yeah, I think they kidnap her, and because his cover's blown, if I remember correctly, and he's still forced to help with the bank heist because he's got his girlfriend and he has to do it.
That's it. Yeah, because I watched them back to back, I think they're kind of blending. 2 and 3 tend to just blend a little bit. So
yeah, she's in this. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is, and that's that's when he's getting a massage from her, and she's kind of like coyly just watching them. So she's kind of I think she's just followed him.
Yeah,
and she just got in the middle of it all.
Yeah. I think she does. I think she goes to sort of meet him, doesn't she? And obviously he's not there, and I don't quite remember this one very well.
No, that's what I'm struggling, and that's why I kind of found it interesting how the first two kind of like it's kind of like that Halloween where it just leads on to each other, and it's kind of the same people, same superintendent. The third one, he was trying to break away from the formula a little bit, trying to try something different. It's
it might be why he used a different director. You know, he didn't direct it himself.
Yeah, and it's like Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2. I think exactly the same. The third one, it was a little bit more, just a normal general film.
There's a Crocodile Dundee 3.
Yeah, in LA.
That's the second one, isn't it?
No, that's New York. This one, they kind of go back and forth from New York to Australia, and they're going. It's like the reverse.
I've never seen the third one.
The third one, it's ridiculous. It's weird. And then I think it's with the kid.
Wow.
And then of course they had that whole meta movie about Paul Hogan post Crocodile Dundee and trying to kind of turn that into a kind of a film, and that was awful, absolutely awful. Oh.
What a guy.
I don't know what to take about him, but yeah, that's something else entirely. I mean, Crocodile Dundee was not Police Story. I mean, there's not a lot of skill.
Not really, no.
It's but yeah. So with 3, it's a different. It's not him directing, and of course, it does feel like a little bit more detached.
Yeah, I think so. It barely feels like the same character. It's an enjoyable film. I just.
But virtually no slapstick, no real comedy, and there's not a lot of injected comedy in there that can.
No, I mean there's
drives
bits
it.
of it, isn't there? But it's not really. Like I said, I think it was his way of trying to make a mainstream film to break into America. It was like a big thing for him: break into America.
Yeah,
And I think that's what he was trying to do. But I mean, notably, when Michelle Yeoh does that motorbike stunt onto the train.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, she actually did that. But did you know that before shooting, she didn't even know how to ride a motorbike?
She's another incredible actress, and thank goodness she had her start here with Jackie Chan. I mean, this is one of her early roles, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she's been in quite a lot of like kung fu films before. Then,
yeah, but Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was her big breakout,
which is an amazing film.
Love that film. I love the music.
Yeah,
and what a great cast. I mean, Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah,
and Lily Zhang Yi.
Zhang Yi, isn't
yeah,
it?
she was magnificent as well. I mean, it's just and I think a lot of is owed to Jackie Chan for getting Hong Kong cinema out into the world, and I mean, he really did put everybody on the map. I think they all worked with him.
Yeah. And then because of that, because he had like his brothers at the Peking Opera with Sammo Hung and Young Bio.
Yeah.
And Sammo Hung ended up having like a TV show, in America, and that's they all came over to America and made a lot of money.
That's it. And so then came First Strike, and you don't count First Strike.
No, I know people tried to call it Police Story 4, didn't they? But I don't think it's not the same characters. And again, that's another. It's just a James Bond film, isn't it?
Yeah, it becomes a contrivance where they just trying to feed out this kind of anthology of stuff.
Just before we move on, Police Story 3, the reason he does the helicopter thing was hanging onto the ladders of the helicopter and it's going around the whole
city. Yeah, and
he's
kind of avoiding those, yeah.
Yeah, the reason he actually did that is because Michelle Yeoh did that bike stunt.
Right.
He goes, I need to do something better than that. So that's why he did it.
Yeah, because it's his movie, and he's not trying to be that, but he is. It's his movie. He needs to be able to show that he's still got it, still doing it.
And in certain interviews, Michelle Yeoh has said that, she's still good friends with Jackie at this point, but there was a point where he was a bit sexist, and he did think, well, women really shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like, all right, try this then, dickhead.
Yeah, she gave him a run for his money, and you know what? It is. It's a part of culture, and unfortunately, we're all guilty of it at some stage, and we start. Sometimes the realization comes late. Yeah,
it's just nuts, isn't it? It's a different breed of filmmaking than it was. There was Stanley Tong who directed that. He directed First Strike as well, I think, and he also directed Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx. I was about to say that. Like I say, those are the films that kind of.
Well, he was making a film that had with these two female leads in it, and in the script it called for one of these actresses to get in a barrel and go over a huge waterfall. Yeah. And obviously they don't do that, they're not stuntman, but Stanley Tong comes from a stunt background. So he said, all right, just film it, I'll do it. And he just gets in a barrel right over a waterfall. Like a huge waterfall, just does it,
He wanted to do it. Wow.
It's just a different breed of filmmaking, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And that's, it's rare. I mean, it's so rare that the only person that we can actually think of outside of the Jackie Chan world is Tom Cruise. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is doing these amazing stunts. And it's a callback to Charlie Chaplin, Harold Lloyd.
Yeah, Buster Keaton.
Thank you for extending my list to 3. And thank goodness you're there to make it sound like it's a longer list. And I mean, they are all paying homage to that silent era of film.
Well, famously though, Jackie Chan in Project A did his homage to Safety Last, that isn't it?
Safety Last, yeah.
And he dangles from a clock tower, and he lets go, and he goes through 2 awnings on the way down that break his fall, and then just hits the floor.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I do remember seeing that one.
Yeah, that's in Project A. That's one of his big famous stunts. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ends with 3 really for Police Story, but they kind of managed to pull it in as a 6-part or almost 7-part. Is it 6-7 parts now?
Yeah, well, yeah, you've got New Police Story, haven't you?
Yeah, New, and as soon as you put New on it, it becomes like meh. And I started watching that, and I kind of felt like there's no humor in it. There's very little Jackie Chan personality in it. I mean, he just seems to just be somebody else doing another film, and it's just all tie-in, and it's not the first Police Story. I mean, the first, you kind of got to keep that going, that rhythm going, that whole idea of the slapstick version of that. I mean, of course, nobody else wanted to do that. They wanted to do the gritty stuff, because that's what they do with reboots now. Every reboot is not going to be what the original film was. And which is fine, but it's all shot very grey. There's a very dull tint to it. It's not that inspiring.
No, and a lot of his later films are just that, really. You know, he tried to do a few gritty reboots of stuff, and I mean, he's still making films now, but obviously they're not like the 80s and 90s for him. You know,
I mean,
never going to be.
What did you think of Rush Hour as a that was a reach back to Police Story in a way?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it's just a buddy cop. It's a buddy cop movie. It's kind of strange because what you said earlier about Police Story influencing Lethal Weapon, and then in making Rush Hour, which is basically just Lethal Weapon, right? You know. And but I don't mind them. I think Chris Tucker's genuinely funny, if not annoying at times. And
annoyingly funny, yeah.
Yeah, I think the first 2 are really good. The third one, not so much, really. But
they get tired. All films that have sequels, they get tired eventually. And
one of my favorite jokes in the film, though, was in the second one where Chris Tucker's talking to the manager of this big casino that's in it. And he's like saying, why you get no black people here? You know, he goes, are you racist? He goes, we're not racist. Lionel Richie's been singing here. He's like, man, Lionel Richie ain't been black since the Commodores. What a great line. So, there we go, okay? Jackie Chan films.
Jackie Chan.
Police Story.
Police Story, but that you can't help but kind of see his entire career as this energetic fever pitch of material. And
I honestly think when he was at his best, nobody could touch him. Nobody.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, might have been people like Yum Bio was a better gymnast.
Yeah.
Than Jackie was, but obviously Jackie could do all that stuff as well, but he was more adept to it, flipping around. He could do that. You know, Sammo Hung's probably might be an actual better martial artist, who knows, but it was just the package. He could just put it all together, and I don't think anyone could make. Like, if you watch the fight scene in Armor of God when he's fighting all these monks, it's one of the best fight scenes you'll ever see. It's incredible how it's just
I have to write that one down.
Together, you know, it's a great film. It's good,
Fantastic.
So highly recommended. I think he's when he was the best, he was the best. He was better than everybody.
Yeah. And less said about Shanghai Noon, the better.
It was all right.
Yeah,
I didn't mind it.
The tuxedo.
Yeah, the tuxedo was rubbish. That's a dreadful film. And he didn't really get to brag off what he can do in it. But America don't know what to do with him.
No, they don't know what to do with him, and that's we know what sells. We know what sells, and they don't.
No, they're all idiots.
Yes, martial arts hasn't really been a big thing at all lately. I mean, there aren't.
It's due a resurgence, but that's it.
Time.
There's no real Jackie Chans. There was like Tony Jaa came out when he did Ong Bak and things like that, and you could tell he loved Jackie Chan. There's actually a bit in on the back where he was walking through an airport, and someone who looks just like Jackie Chan just walks past him and he like stares at him like that, like, is that Jackie Chan? So basically saying, yeah, I'm a big Jackie Chan fan.
Yeah,
and he does
you do it.
stunts and all that, and he's a very gifted gymnast and martial artist himself, but
Yeah.
it's not really had the career that Jackie's had. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the Raid films? The Raid 1 and 2?
I haven't. No.
They'd be good to talk about at some point. The martial arts film, but very, very gritty.
Gritty, yeah.
Yeah, it's weirdly, it's directed by a guy called, I think it's Gareth Evans. He's a Welsh director, and who just went over to, it could be Thailand, and just made these two incredible martial arts films.
Great. Well, yeah. Definitely worth pulling those up. Have you actually managed to watch the menu at all with Ray Fiennes?
I've not watched it yet. No,
it's hard to kind of sit down and watch that film. It's kind of like, right, let's watch the menu. It's not an easy night to kind of plan, especially with your schedule.
Oh no, yeah. Well, once we finish here, I need to get recording again.
No worries. Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Looks like someone's just donated as well.
Oh, great. So, Andy, before we finish, I think you need to briefly tell us.
We're recording a Christmas song, and we're doing a video and releasing on our YouTube channel a different Christmas song of each day of December from the 1st all the way to the 25th. And we're trying to raise money for the Welcome Centre, which is a food bank in Huddersfield. But it's not just a food bank. They provide therapy and try and get to the root causes why people are in the situation they're in. We went down to visit them, and I've actually put a thing on YouTube where you can actually see who I interviewed, which is Emma from the Welcome Centre. You can see it in the video that's on our YouTube channel. I can send you the link.
Yeah.
And we were there, and I ended up crying because there's all these volunteers. They don't want to talk about it. No, I just do that, but they do it. They're there for sometimes 8 hours a day, working for free, just trying to help people that can't afford to live at the moment. And it's. I don't know if I said this the other day, but when we went to Welcome, and she told us about a family. They're both school teachers.
Yeah, yes.
Did I mention it last week?
Mentioned it last week. Yes.
Yeah.
They're both school teachers, and yet because of the circumstances, they still have to go to a food bank, and it's and life is like that. I mean, you can have you can't plan for these things. I mean, you can have all your money tied up in things, and all of a sudden you realize it can't go on, and it's got to stop because the way things are. I mean, electricity and heating and all of that right now is skyrocketing in its prices. I mean, you're looking at some people are paying from £5 to £10 a day on heating alone, and it's some people just can't afford that.
Yeah, it's awful. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to raise money for that.
Raise money for that, and to hopefully get people not only to get the help, to get the food in their mouths, but to actually provide help so that there's strategies to prevent this in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. They're an amazing place. If you look it up, it's an incredible place. So I'm really going to try my hardest for them and try and raise as much money as we can.
Yeah. So if you can, anybody can just donate as small as a cup of coffee. That's all that he's asking.
Yes.
Just the price of a cup of coffee. You'll be helping out tremendously. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, on our YouTube channel, we've got like nearly 6,000 people subscribed to it. If every one of them donated £2, it'd make the world of difference to so many families. So
and that's it. So just hit that button. So on that's the YouTube channel, which is Face to Strange YouTube.
It's Face to Strange Band is YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube, and you just go and hit that subscribe button. Like it, and then just have a look. Just go and have a look at what Andy's trying to do, and Andy and Tracy. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, they're going to be putting a lot of work every day, a lot of commitment. We might have to have a hiatus on frame by frame, just so that Andy's.
We need to try and condense them down, but
yes, we do. Yes, and so thanks a lot, Andy.
Oh yeah, thank you, Stephen. It's a pleasure as always.
And we're going to go crack on with our other stuff now. And this has been Frame by Frame.
Yay!
And we're ending it again. This is going to happen every week. We're going to try and finish.
And it always is a bit lackluster.
Yeah. So let's hear it for Jackie Chan. Yo! Go watch Jackie Chan movies. And thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you. See you again.
I feel the need for speed. Charlie, don't surf!
This is fantasy.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Quit griping.
I like griping.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.